Okay, so here is take two, and my previous effort was like womp womp, and this time we're just gonna use a different website to test these AWS lambdas that were made with Terraform, and I'm gonna share my screen. And if I expose any passwords that I shouldn't, I will change my passwords. I'll probably change my passwords anyway. But I just need to get these out and working. And this that you're listening to, some of it is Russian doomer music. Like this song is Russian doomer music. The other one is Gigi Di Agostino, like an old rave song because I need to stay awake. It's New Year's and I'm like 9 hours later still trying to get this done. So anyway, here we go. So what we're doing is we are like using a lambda to execute the conversation with the LLMs because it is much more scalable and cost effective to do this way. I did not check to see if it's writing to the Dynamo database, which is free by the way. If you with what you call it with AWS at a certain limit. So I didn't check to that degree, like how cost effective it is. But I'm sure that if this goes well and I start to see enough reason to, then for these chatbots, which I'm planning to put all of them through the same lambda, I will then update so that I make sure that my reads and writes are the most what's the word? I'm thinking of different words. Are the most optimized possible. And then if I need to do something else, I'll do something else. But for right now, like we are going to be using a website that I know I am able to access. It is called this one, bestchatbots.com. And I am going to ask, um, where's my chat? I'm going to ask ChatGPT, which I think I have over here. Yeah. I'm using WordPress. Can you tell me if it's better to use a plugin or HTML? Which seems like it would be more work to test this terraformed lambda on my website with HTML. So then let me give it that is like a very poorly phrased question. I get that, but I'm going to ask it about this post request. It does not really matter that from what I can tell, that I'm giving out this specific domain. I mean, if people want to post to it, great. Like, I will eventually put some kind of other security behind it, but right now, I just need to like make sure that I'm able to write. Oh, now I'm doing unusual activity. It's not me, you guys. Like, I don't think I'm the only person who's going through this right now. And thankfully, I copied the thing. How to make a post request to an API if you need assistance. Oh shit, I forgot to copy the question. Can you please help me make decisions and then show me the best code for using a WordPress plugin, or should I use HTML inside an iframe for making this post request? It is a lambda that is writing to a Dynamo database. I need the string to include this. Needs to include this, the website URL, a timestamp. I think that's it. Right now, this is what is in the lambda. So then now I'm going to go to my actual AWS. Hopefully it didn't log me out, but if it did, I'll log back in. Okay, so here's a Terraform lambda, and then I'm going to go to my functions, and I should be able to see the lambda in here. Conversation lambda. Okay, so here is the Terraformed code, and here is this right here. I think I should be able to test it through here. Let's look at the. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. So here is my lambda function. Okay, so this will tell me if I need to. Okay, if I need to add anything here, so that I can also create the URL and the timestamp. I don't know. Maybe Dynamo already includes timestamps. I don't remember. Okay. To integrate a post request to your AWS Lambda function, you have two options: a WordPress plugin or embedding HTML and JavaScript. Okay, so like I know, but like what's the best way? Create an HTML form. I guess I could easily create an iframe. I think if I create an iframe, I can then like handling cores and authentication as needing. Mm, mm, mm. What does it mean by API keys? Okay. Okay. I do not have any user data on this. It is essentially a POC that shows that a user can go to a website and have a conversation with an LLM that has a specific personality. So my guess is the HTML with the prompt integrated into the post string is the best way. I do not think that the Lambda has any security features in it. I basically only have the Lambda and have not set up cores for either. For your proof of concept, where users can have a conversation, since you're not handling user data and it's in POC stage, simplicity and functionality are key. Okay, you should consider basic security. I wonder what they mean by basic security. Okay, so wait, where do I create the HTML page? Okay. Okay, I have done cores before. It sucks, but it's fine. Okay. Where do I create this HTML page? Do I add it to the cPanel files? Or do I create an iframe? I need to test that it works. However, the actual website I will be using is not yet available, but it is okay by me to create the bot, to create the testing in the domain I intend to use here. To create and test your HTML page, you have several options. Okay, so if I'm going to use the cPanel file manager, okay, so okay, and this I actually don't know. Okay, so okay, the website has a WordPress site installed. Are you saying I should still create an HTML page under that same domain? Oh, see, that's what I thought. Okay, so then now we're gonna go to our WordPress website. I'm glad I'm recording this because this is gonna be some soup to do later. So I probably should just start making notes, and then I know that there's a way to make notes with that thing that obfuscates your logins and all your passwords, but like the fact that it knows it's my logins and passwords, and then that it stores that somewhere else, like to me is already like, I'd rather. To me, it's like a risky thing, especially because AWS can shoot up in cost, like and like bankrupt companies and people if you're not careful with that. So I'm gonna go to this and actually open up a Word document that lets me start taking notes on how to do this. So let's go to our drive. Let's create a, I guess we need to make a folder. What should we call it? Let's call this folder like shrinko.me, even though that's not where we're saving them. Let's call them LLM lambdas instructions. So let's go into this folder and then so we're gonna connect Lambda to WordPress. So the first thing we need to do is, it says here in ChatGPT, the first thing we need to do, and this is gonna get annoying to be like clicking here and there, so I need to make this a little bit less annoying. Okay, first thing we need to do is using cPanel. We're gonna create a new file. We're gonna call it chat HTML. I guess like I actually do prefer to do that than using the templates testing. So like I'm so tired of messing with PHP. You didn't even know. Create a new page in WordPress. Yeah, see, like I would rather include it this way. Yeah, I don't really like to edit theme files. Yeah, see, you don't really want to add your custom code to WordPress. So then what we're going to do is we're going to create the HTML file because I just feel more comfortable with like working with the HTML files in cPanel. And we're going to call it chat. Yeah, we're not going to call it custom chat. Like, yeah, I could pretend to be all fancy and do shit with PHP, but fuck that. Like, I would rather just like do what I already know how to do, and then I'll put it into an iframe. I actually really do prefer that. So there's also actually plugins that you can connect like directly to an API with. Let's see. There are WordPress plugins designed to insert custom HTML. What am I doing? I am creating the HTML page. I'm just trying to think like, okay, so let me just ask it like, there are plugins that connect to an API in WordPress. This is the, let me see what Craft said this was. Okay, so this is the info for a post request. Let's see if a plugin is sufficient. Okay, so like we're gonna do this. Why? Because this doesn't need to be so complicated. This is like literally like a proof of concept. Like let's see how well this goes and if we're able to collect data that people are using this. All right, so yes, you're using a WordPress plugin. So we're gonna use WordPress webhooks, WordPress API, or HTTP API request. All right, so like, how do I know what to pick from these three? Okay, so between these three, How do I make a decision? I know that there is some interest. The users would be globally based. I am using the free stuff in AWS and don't have throttling. I am also paying for the calls to OpenAI and want to be as safe as possible. I have hard limits set for my OpenAI key, but not for the Lambda. What else? How can I make sure the endpoint does not get exploited? And what makes it easiest for me to include the priming string and receive the response so the user can experience a conversation like chat. It is okay if it is better to not use a plugin for this. Let me know either way, please. Choosing the right tool for integrating API requests. The specific features. Okay, webhooks. Pushing the webhooks. Then I have some technical proficiency, and then HTTP API requests. Set up straightforward API calls. Well, I actually find a simpler setups more cumbersome. Okay, so we'll use API gateway, input validation. Okay, I am a developer. So let's stick with the HTML website, HTML webpage version, because I also am more familiar with appending responses to it. Okay, so then I have created an HTML page called chat.html in the website directory. What should I do next? Is there a way to test as I go? Okay, so let's copy this. So then let's go back to our cPanel. I forget which website we're using. So we're not going to use plugins. We're going to use bestchatbots.com. So I'm going to go to my file manager, which is not that. Where is my file manager? Bestchatbots.com file manager is going to be not there. right here, file manager. Like, I actually could use some other one. Mm, but I think I should do this because eventually, like, as I work for people, they're probably going to ask me to do something like this. I do wonder if anybody can hear me. I don't really know. I feel like you can hear me now. There's no way to know. Can you hear me? I bet you can. Not. Oh well. It's just me in here anyway. Anyway, which is fine. Happy New Year, Elsa. Yeah, I was supposed to do this like a week ago, but stuff kept coming up. So now we're gonna do it now. And then best chatbots. So then here I go to public HTML best chatbots. I don't know why this thing is in all capital letters. Like, I have no idea. I think it's kind of funny, but I don't think it'll be a big deal. So then in here, I actually don't know if it goes at this level. And actually, this is where I saw the like the malware yesterday and the other ones. But let's see. I didn't really catch like in which directory this goes. Okay, so let's ask in my WordPress. Let's see. This one. I think it's this one. Right. Okay. In my folder, in my directories, I see where the website is installed, and it is a subdirectory of the main directory. Where among the WordPress files do I include chat.html and what was the other one? Chat.html, and so I think it's going to say I don't know if I really care about that right now. Yeah. So the other one is going to be so the JavaScript goes in the same place. So I think it's going to be like, is it in the same level as CGI? Okay. Is it on the same level as the directory CGI in? I'm pretty sure it is. Let's make sure. But which one is the WordPress directory? So it said, because there's like double. Okay, so is it saying WP content? So, wait. Okay, I'm just gonna. This is my directory structure. Main site. And then this is bestchatbots.com. I don't know if it's going to make a difference that these are written in capital letters. Why are they written in capital letters? Because if I go and check it, bestchatbots.com. Yeah, see? Directory and I'm pretty sure it's saying like here. Okay, see, that's what I thought. All right, so we're gonna make it um what did I'm gonna call it Go Seller because I'm gonna be using the words Go Seller. Okay, so I'm gonna make a directory here. So here's this, and I'm gonna keep it separate from all the WordPress ones. So we're gonna call this Go Seller, and then we're gonna go into Go Seller, and we're going to make a file, and we are going to call it chat.html. So then now we should be able to go to, well, it has nothing in it. So I'm not going to be able to try file. So what I'm going to do is edit this file. And then I'm going to put into there some test that ChatGPT might be able to spit out for me. So like it had told us to use this, right? So we're just gonna, so like this, I very much doubt this is going to work, but it'll at least let us see this stuff here. So like we'll at least know that the file is in the right place because it'll like throw some kind of error, right? So then if we go over here, go seller, go seller chat.html. Oh, check it out. Okay, so we already have like our little thing. Hello. Let's see, we're probably gonna get an error here. Error failed to fetch. Okay, great. Okay, so then I think I'm just better off to test as I go in here. I'm dyslexic, so this might get like really cumbersome for me to read. If that's the case, I will. And in fact, I might be better off using Code Cursor actually because I love Code Cursor, and sometimes it can help me solve errors faster. Okay, so we're gonna go back to ChatGPT. Okay, so then, okay, you can test directly in a browser to see how it looks and ensure the basic structure is out. Testing the API. Once the basic interface is ready, you'll need to test the actual API interaction. Okay, so you can use tools like Postman. Well, I don't really want to use Postman. Like, I already know I work with Postman because Akres, I think that's how you say his name. He sent me this Terraform Lambda, and like he already showed me versus Postman. Testing on the server. Upload your thing. Okay, so I already did that. But how do I? All right, so I think I am gonna open up Code Cursor. I don't remember how to open Code Cursor because I know I'm paying for it too. Code Cursor. Is it Code Cursor? Yeah, see, Cursor. What opened over here? Okay. So what we're gonna do is we are side hustles. So we're gonna go to what? The technical preview of GitHub tabs will be concluded shortly, and new access is no longer being granted. I don't know what any of that meant. Open a folder. We're gonna go to code. What are we calling? We're gonna call these Go Seller. So we need to make a new folder called Go Seller. And then inside of Go Seller, we're gonna open Go Seller. So I really hope I can still use code quickly. So like without having to get a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so then here we're gonna call this chat.html, and I'll show you why I'm doing it this way. So here is all of my. Why is this giving me an error? Unexpected start tag. Oh, because it has to be inside of the body in the HTML. That's it. I'm surprised that it worked at all. Okay, so maybe it actually looks better than I thought it did. Save changes. Let's go back to chat with AI. See what it does. Oh yeah, see, nothing happened. That doesn't make a difference. I'm surprised that the web page rendered, but I'm actually not because I closed the tags. All right, so let's go back to code cursor, and then we're gonna paste all our code in there. And then something wrong checking access. Authentication error. Let's see. That's probably because of this stuff. More info. Open. Sunset. Why? Oh yay. Okay, so then what do I do to make it work? Because I know I'm paying for it. So no Copilot Pilot Labs access. Yes, I do. Let's see if I can update cursor. I have to update cursor. I'm trying to sit up straight, but I have a puppy. I have a puppy taking up the majority. Oh, puppy, you almost fell. I have a puppy right here taking up the majority of the chair. And then I have a big puppy, a huge puppy over there, a big Doberman. And then you guys can see the other puppy right there. And then I have another dog that's somewhere else driving around. It's more like a cat, like a street cat. Okay. Okay, so it should be working now, right? All right, cool. Okay, so now I think I should reuse code cursor. That looks like it's fine now. So I use this because I am dyslexic and it's easier for me to read this. So now I want to preview this page. So maybe I'm better off like actually like using. Oh, are you kidding me? Why? You said configure trusted domains. Trust. So then what do I do? Oh, look, someone else. Like I still like I'm thinking like aren't so they're saying we can use it. So then GitHub Copilot Lab, like I don't see that error. Where are they saying that's even happening? Is it this? Copilot. Is it this? See, I have Git public code references are enabled. See, I have it. Like I shouldn't be. Which authentication? Oh my god. Okay, manage extension. Okay. Um, I thought it said they are using Copilot Lab. Okay, you need to go to your installed extensions and uninstall Copilot Labs. Okay, uninstall Copilot Labs. That's my dog scratching the thing. This is like why stuff takes so long because like you're like, okay, well now what? Okay, so then it looks like I solved that. And then if I go over here, am I still able to use like yeah, I can still use code like code cursor. See, it's right there. Okay, so now what I want to do is um I am designing. I don't remember how to do this part. I am designing the interface, which is the UX UI user experience user interface in VS Code. Please remind me how I can view changes live from either VS Code. I think actually I'm ridiculous sometimes. I think I just go here and then I go to the Go Seller and then I think it just like opens a web page. Yeah, see it's right there. Okay, so then I don't have to be like messing with stuff anymore too much. So I'm gonna open that there. This is like my local one. I can tell because it says file. This is the one in GoDaddy because it has all this over here. And then I go back over here. And then I don't need this right now. And I can make the updates here. So then the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that, okay, so I am creating this. I want to make sure that I don't have any like ridiculous like code injection attacks or something like that. So where did I put my chatbot stuff? Look, it looks like I'm the only. I mean, I'm typically the only person on my channel, anyways. Whatever, right? I mean, it's not like this stuff is so fascinating. The whole world should be here. Okay, but it is. Oh, it is. Oh, if people only knew things that I can build, or that they can build, like with this stuff. It's like nuts what people can build with this stuff. Okay, so here we have this. If I need to change this, I will. You know, I don't really know. I don't think it makes a big difference because you still need you still need other stuff for that to work. And if I need to change stuff, I will. But for now, where is my so like okay, so why am I talking so much out loud? It's because like I have kept saying that I I taught elementary school for like 9 years. So and like I think what I'm especially good at, whether or not I taught elementary school or not, is my ability to like self-assess like what I know and what I don't know. And I'm not like a psychic. Well, I am a little bit of psychic. I don't know what I don't know, but I know what I don't know. So so when I go here, like I remember like from school, that there are like some like I is this a SQL database? Dynamo is not a SQL database, but I'm not so concerned about SQL attacks. Okay, so then I'm just gonna start phrasing it that way. So see, like I don't need to know every language and figure out every syntax and spend all day on like I can't even remember on the stack thing. Like, oh my god, I can't believe I don't even remember what it's called anymore. Overstack.com, like that was always an interview question. Where do you go for answers? Well, so I don't go there anymore. I go to my freaking ChatGPT 4.0 or above or some other like LLM. And so I don't really need to know the syntax anymore, but I do need to know like what stuff could happen and then ask like good questions about stuff that I don't know might or might not happen, but that still allow me to like make intelligent questions about like, how do I make sure my little babies are protected. So can you please help me design this HTML page to avoid any attacks that you can think of or might be aware of? For example, and I could be talking to it, by the way. I do have like the voice thingy, but I think better when I'm typing it out. For example, if it was writing to a SQL database, I would care about SQL injection attacks. In this case, it is writing to a Dynamo DB. It is an HTTP form. I would not want abuse of the API, so I would want to send a context to the LLM. So I probably will have like another page that has like the hidden code because I don't want somebody to come in here and like look at my context and like my context is basically like the way that I prime the LLM. So like the stuff that it's only allowed to answer about, I wouldn't want somebody to be able to read like this is your these like I don't want I guess basically like a man in the middle attack. I don't want somebody to be intercepting the messages. So I have to think about the way to get them from HTTP. So I would want to send a context. Now all the dogs are here. Send a context to the LLM. Where'd you get that? Oh, you went to the store without me? How dare you? Let's go. It's New Year's. It's what people do is they go to Walmart.
Yeah, they do. You want to sweat? You get out of here?
I can do whatever I want.
Maybe you get on the computer. It's like I forgot to do that. You're always
You heard it here first, everybody that's not watching. I'm gonna stop recording myself live. Hold on.